let's go and review for the test. So the first item, let's go to page 404, and let's go and do number 2. Okay, so you have 2 points, 0, 8, and negative 6, 0. So first, if you want to find the distance between the 2 points, so you have to use a distance formula. So that's your x1, y1, x2, y2. So distance will equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So distance will equal to, so this will give you negative 6 square will give you 36. This one, negative 8 square give you positive 64. So d equal to the square root of 100. So distance equal to 10. Okay. The next you want to do is, so this is part A, and part B, you want to find the midpoint. Okay. So the midpoint would be just the average of the two. Okay. So just go ahead and, so make sure you know your formula. Okay, so the x would be just adding the 2, so 0 plus negative 6 over 2. Okay, so that's for the x. The y would be 8 plus 0 over 2. Okay, so the midpoint m will equal to, again, you figure it out, so it would be negative 3 comma 4. Okay, and that would be your answer for part B. Okay, the next item, let's go to, so item number 2 on the list, let's go to page 410, and let's do number 20. Okay, let's go to page 410. Okay, so you have x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 4y plus 20 equal to 0. Okay, so this one, you want to find the center and the radius. So that means you have to complete the square. So make sure you complete the square for both the x and the y. Okay. So what you need to do is, first you need to go and get this number out of here. Okay. So this cancels out. Right? You have to vacate the numbers and group your x and the y. So you get x squared plus 10x, leave a space, plus the y squared minus 4y, leave a space, equal to negative 20. Okay, so you can get rid of this number and group your x and the y, and then go and get your perfect square. Ready? Okay, so from this, you need to have an x, right? X squared give you x. So from this, you get that. Okay, from this, you're going to get plus 5, because this is always half of that. And you can check, right? 2 times 5 give you 10, right? Okay. Then the next step, the next thing you need to do is you need to figure out this number, okay? So to get from here to here, you're missing this number over here. And that number that you need to get is 5 squares would be plus 25, okay? So from this, you get 25. Now, because it equals, so whatever you do on this side, you have to do on this side. So plus 25, you have to plus 25, okay? Then you do the same thing for the y, okay? So again, from this, you're going to get y. From this, you're going to get minus 2, right? 2 times negative 2 give you negative 4. Okay, and this number came from square. So negative 2 squared will become plus 4. Okay, so if you plus 4 over here, you need to plus 4 right over here. Okay, and then you simplify this part over here, so this gives you 9. So from here, your center is going to be your h and k. So from this, you can set it equal to 0 and solve. So you're going to get minus 5. This one will give you 2, right? Okay, you can just take the opposite, or you set it equal to 0 and solve. Okay, and r, okay, you take the square root, because this is your r squared. Okay, so take the square root, you get 3. Okay, and so this would be your answer. So make sure you know how to complete a square. That's very important. Okay, let's go to the next item. Number 3 on the item. Okay, let's go to page 415, and let's go to number 14. Okay, so this one, you find the equation. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to sketch things out. So you got focus at -2, 0, and you have the directrix at y equal to 3. So again, when you're doing this kind of point, it's very important you have graph paper and you're going to sketch it out, okay? And it will help you to visualize. Okay, so here's the f at -2, 0, and the y equal to 3. Okay, so with this, right? So first you need to find the vertex. The vertex is halfway in between, so it's going to be right over here. Okay, so your vertex is going to be halfway in between. So your vertex is going to be -2. Okay, and halfway between this would be 3/2. Okay. So that's the first thing you need to do. The next thing to do is, if the directory is over here and the focus is over here, your graph is going to look something like this. Okay, that's going to be the graph. So this is going to be in a negative y direction. Okay, so your equation, you have to get your template ready. Okay, so this will give you the direction. So it's a negative y direction. Okay, so you're going to get negative y direction. So they give you the direction, negative y direction. So if y goes over here, x will go over here. Okay, and the vertex, you put vertex over here. So it would be +2, and this would be -3/2. Okay. So next step is you figure out the a. So from here to here, the a equal to 3/2. So from here, so a equal to the a equal to 3/2. Okay. Again, a is the distance. This is your a. So 4a is this number over here. So times by 4, so it'd be. Okay, so 4a equal to 4 times 3/2. So 4a equal to 6. So that number goes over here. Okay, and that's your equation. So negative, it tells you that graph is going to go down. Okay, and that's all you have to do. So it's very important to sketch it out, and it help you to able to figure out each part. Okay. Okay, number 4. Okay, let's go to page 415, and let's go and do number 16. Okay, so you have the focus at -2, 1, and vertex is at -3, 1. Okay, so again, you sketch out and find your A. Okay. Okay, so here's your -2, 1. So -2, 1 is right over here. So that's the focus, -2, 1. So you can write things down so it help you to visualize. And this is vertex. So the vertex is at -3, 1. Okay. Okay, so focus is over here, vertex is over here. That means the graph is going to go this way, right? Because that's the vertex and that's the F. Okay. So this is going to be in a positive x direction. Okay. Okay, so again, you have to figure out your direction. So get your template ready. So it's positive x direction, so x goes over here. Again, this should give you the direction. Okay, this part give you the direction. And by process elimination, so x goes over here, that means y goes over here. The vertex is -3, 1, so you have to watch your x and the y. This is for the x, so it'd be +3. Remember, you have to take the opposite, right? And this would be -1. Okay. Next, you have to figure out your 4a. So over here, that's your a equal to 1. Okay, so 4a will equal to 4. Okay. And so you put 4 right over here, and that would be your equation. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, number 5. let's go to page 421, and let's go and do number 8. Okay, you have x squared plus 25y squared equal to 100. Okay, and it says graph and find the foci. Okay, okay. So let's go and graph this one. Well, before you graph, right, you want to go ahead and put in the proper form. So divide everything by 100. Right, you have to have equal to 1, right? So you got x squared over 100 plus y squared over 4 equal to 1. Okay. So from here you can see that a squared equal to 100, so a equal to 10. Okay, and b squared equal to 4, so b equal to 2. Okay, so when you're doing the graphing, also since there's no parentheses, then you know that your center is going to be at 0, 0. So those are all important information. Okay, okay, so let's go and graph these things out. Okay, and okay, so this is under the x, so you go in the x direction, so 10. Okay, then go 10. And this is under the y, so you go in the y direction. Okay, and so your graph is going to look something like this. It's a very long, skinny ellipse. Okay, so that's part of the graph. Now you have to find the foci, right? So f. So you have to use your Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so now for the ellipse, a is your hypotenuse. So you have to go b squared plus c squared equal to a squared. Okay, and you substitute numbers in here. So you got 4 plus c squared equal to 100. So c squared equal to 96. Okay. And so take the square root, so c equal to square root of 96, and you go off to the side to find the break it down. So 96, 248, 224, 212, 26, and 23. Okay, so this comes out. So c equal to 4 square root of 6. Okay, so that's the distance. Okay, and if you use, okay, if you take the square root of that, so again, when you write, you have to use a square root, but when you locate a point, use the decimal. Okay. Okay, so square root of 96 equal to about 9.8. Okay, so this is used to locate your points on the graph. So 9.8 is about right over here. Okay, about right over here. Okay, and the distance is 4 square root of 6. Okay, that's the distance. So that means your coordinate over here is going to be negative 4 square root of 6 because you're going backward, right? Comma 0. This one over here is going to be 4 square root of 6, comma 0. Okay, and those are your foci. Okay. Again, when the problem gets hard, you have to do kind of take your time and kind of do it step by step. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next item. Let's go to page 422 and let's do number 16. Okay. Okay, so this is ellipse. Okay, so you got y, you got the x intercept at plus or minus 3, y intercept at plus or minus 4. Okay, and you write an equation. Okay, so again, if you sketch it out, it helps you to visualize. Okay. So x-intercept is plus or minus 3, y-intercept is plus or minus 4. So your ellipse is going to look something like this. Okay. So for the ellipse, you got to know your template. Since the center is at 0, 0, so right away you know you're going to get x squared plus y squared. There will be no parentheses, right? Because it's 0, 0 equal to 1. Okay. Now, if you look over here, this is 1, 2, 3. So 3 is in the x direction, so you square that. So here is equal to 3. That's your b. B equal to 3. Now remember, for ellipse, right, the a and the b can switch, right? So, but anyway, just keep the direction. So 3 in the x direction, you square that, you get 9. Okay. Now over here, this is 4 right over here, and this is in the y direction. So 4 squared is 16, and this is in the y direction, so this will go under the y. Okay, and that's it. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next item. Okay, this is page 430, and that's going to do number 8. Okay, so you got y squared equal to 5x squared plus 25. Okay, so here you want to graph hyperbola, show asymptotes as dash line, and find the foci. Okay? Okay. So again, first you need to go and put in the correct form. So let's go in minus 5x squared on both sides. So you got y squared minus 5x squared equal to 25. Then you have to divide by 25 to get in the proper form. So you got y squared over 25 minus x squared over 5 equal to 1. Okay? Okay, so from here, again, you can see the center is at 0, 0. Okay? And this is going to be in the y direction, right? Y comes first, would be y direction, so graph is going to go this way. Okay? Okay, so let's go and sketch that out. Okay, so over here the a squared equal to 25, so a equal to 5. Okay, over here the b squared equal to 5, so b equal to square root of 5, so it's about 2.2. Again, when you label, you have to use a square root, but when you locate a point, you use the decimal of 2.2. Okay, for the hyperbola, you have to draw your box first. Okay, so this is under the y, so you go in the y direction. Okay. And b is 2.2, so it's about y over here. Okay, so that's your box, and then you draw your asymptotes. Draw your asymptote as a dashed line. Okay, so again, asymptote will go through the corners and the center. Okay, and the distance is the y direction, so remember this is your vertex over here, so you go like this. Okay, so that's your graph. Now you have to find the focus, right? So for that, you're going to use the a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So substitute, you're going to get 25 plus 5 equal to c squared. So 30 equal to c squared. So c equal to square root of 30. Okay. And again, you want to use calculator to figure out, to locate a point. So square root of 30 is about 5.5. Okay, I can just approximate. Okay, and remember this is going to be in the y direction. So 5.5 is going to be about right over here. okay? So again, this point over here is 0, 0, right? So when you go up, okay, when you go up, the x would be 0, and the y would be square root of 30, okay? From here, when you go down, it's a minus, so this point would be 0, comma, negative square root of 30. So again, when you label, you have to use a square root, okay? But when you use this to locate where the point is, okay? And so this is it, okay? Okay, let's go to number 8 on the list. Let's go to page 430, and let's do number 13. Okay, so you got 4 sides at 0, -8, and then at 0, 8. And the difference of focal radii, that means 2a equal to 10. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, so that means a equal to 5. Okay, and then we're looking for the equation of hyperbola. You can sketch out, it help you to visualize. Okay, so again, first you find the center. The center is going to be right here at 0, 0. Okay. By the way, this is, you know that this is going to, the hyperbola, right? By looking at this, you know that graph is going this way. So that means the x direction. So that means your template will have an x. Okay. And since the center is 0, 0, so you don't have to write anything over here, or you can write -0, that's fine. Okay. Okay, now a equal to 5. Now a is always in the long direction, so that means your point, your vertex would be right over here. That would be the vertex 5. So that would be your vertex. Okay, that means your box is going this way like this, and your graph is going to go like this. Okay, so from here a equal to 5. Okay, and you square that. Since this is in the x direction, this will go under the x. So 25 goes under here. Okay, now to find b, you have to use your Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and this over here, that's your c. So c is equal to 8. Okay, again, you can sketch out the look, right? So this is your a, that's your c. Then use your Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So a squared is 25. Okay, c squared is 64, right? That's your c. C squared is 64. So minus 25 on each side. So b squared will equal to 39. Okay, and so you put it under here, and then you simplify things a little bit. So you got x squared over 25 minus y squared over 39 equal to 1. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, number 9 on the list. Let's go to page 441, and let's do number 12. Okay, so this one you have to solve. You got ax squared plus y squared equal to 25, and you have an ax squared minus y squared equal to 39. Okay, so when you're solving equation, system of equation, you want to use either substitution or elimination. Depends on the equation. Now, if they look alike, then use elimination. Now, if you notice both of these already have opposite already. So what you want to do is you want to put this under here, okay? Doesn't matter which one you put underneath. Okay, so this be ax squared plus y squared equal to 25. Okay, then you're going to add this together to eliminate that. So when you add this together, you get 16x squared, and this will cancel out, and this will equal to 64. Okay, now to solve, you divide by 16 on both sides. So x squared equal to 4. Okay. And then what you want to do after that is you're going to have x equal to 2. And x equal to -2. Okay, you're going to solve all that. Okay, now you can use any one of these. So I'm going to use this one over here. Okay, so I got 8x squared plus y squared equal to 25. So I got 8 times 2 squared plus y squared equal to 25. So you have to square this first. So it'll be 8 times 4 plus y squared equal to 25. So 32 plus y squared equal to 25. So your minus 32 minus 32. So y squared will equal to -7. And so take the square root, then you're going to get square root of negative plus or minus square root of negative. Now this one is no good, okay? So this one is no good because remember we deal with real numbers, right? If it's good, then your answer would be 2. So if your answer is good, then you get 2 comma like a square root of, you know, whatever, okay? So that would be your 2 answers, okay? If this is good. But because this is an imaginary number, again, we deal with real numbers, so this is no good. Okay? But if this is good answer, then you have to get your answers, okay? Whatever the answer you get, okay? And you do the same thing over here, okay? Okay, you substitute. And if you notice, you're going to end up same result, okay? So both sides are the same. Okay, both end up the same. So again, if you take the square root, again, this is no good, okay? But again, if this is good, if the answer is good, right, then again, you're going to get answers like -2, right? That's your x, right? See the x? So you're going to get something, and you're going to get something like this, okay? Okay, but this is no good, so that's why you don't get any answer. So in this case, all the answers are bad, so your answer would be no solution, okay? Okay, but normally you would get 4 answers. Okay, normally in this kind of problem you're going to get 4 answers, but because of this imaginary number, you get no solution. So just be aware of that. But most of the cases, you're going to get 4 answers looks like that. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to page 447 and let's do number 10. Okay, this one has 3 equations. So you got 2x plus 5y plus 2z equal to -5. Okay, you know, I'm not going to have enough room for 3 equations, so you know I need to write it small. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this and make it very small because I need to write 3 equations side by side. Okay, so start over. So first equation, okay, I'm going to call this equation 1. Okay, I get 2x plus 5y plus 2z equal to -5. Okay, equation 2, I get -3x plus 3y plus 5z equal to 2. Okay, and third equation, I get x plus 4y minus z equal to 3. So first thing you need to do is you need to decide, okay, I'm going to draw the line so that's confusing, okay? Okay, so first thing you need to do is decide what letter you want to eliminate, okay? So you want to choose the easiest one. So z and x are good choices because it has no coefficient in front, so coefficient is 1. Since it's already opposite, this is already negative, so I'm going to eliminate z, okay? So I'm going to choose z to eliminate, okay? So that means I want to make the z opposite, okay? So to make these two opposite, I'm going to multiply this by 5, okay? So 5 times number 3, okay? So I'm going to times this by 5 and put under here. So it'd be times 5, so it'd be 5x plus 20y minus 5z equal to 15. So again, times this by 5, okay, times this by 5 and put under here. So 5x, 20, Okay, so 20, double check, minus 5, 15. Okay, and you're going to add, so you're going to get 2x plus 23y equal to 17. So you eliminate the z. And you're going to do the same thing over here to make them opposite. So I'm going to multiply by 2, okay, to make it opposite, right? So again, I'm going to try to eliminate the z, so I have to make it opposite. So times this by 2 and put it over here. So it'd be 2x times by 2 would be plus 8y times by 2 would be minus 2z. Again, you want to make the z opposite. That's how you eliminate the z. 2 times 3 will give you 6. Okay? Again, you add this together. You're going to get 4x plus 13y equal to 1. Okay? So again, you start with 3 equations, 3 variables. Okay? You eliminate the z, so you get down to here. Okay? So now you have to decide what variable you want to eliminate next. Well, if you look, obviously I'm going to eliminate the x. It's much easier, right? And to make them opposite, again, elimination means you want to make opposite. To make them opposite, I'm going to multiply this by negative 2. Okay? So I'm going to get negative 4x minus 46y equal to negative 34. Okay? And I'm going to put this under here. So I got 4x plus 13y equal to 1. When I add, this will cancel out. Okay? Then I get negative 33y equal to negative 33. Divide by negative 33, divide by negative 33. So I got y equal to 1. So once I found y equal to 1, I need to go back one step to solve. Okay? Since there's a lot of space, I'm going to use this one. Normally you want to use this one because this is the lowest number. Okay? But you can use any one of the two. So I'm going to use this one since lots of space already. So 4x plus 13 times 1 equal to 1. So minus 13 on both sides. So I got 4x is equal to negative 12. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So x equal to negative 3. Okay? And once I find x and y, I can go back one more step, okay, to solve for this z. And again, you can use any equation since there's lots of space. Okay, I can use this one. Okay, so substitute. So x equal to negative 3 plus 4 times y is 1 minus z equal to 3. Okay. Again, you can use any one of the 3. So this will give me 1 minus z equal to 3. So minus 1 on both sides. So negative z equal to 2. Okay. And then you divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1 or multiply by negative 1, doesn't matter. So z equal to negative 2. Okay, and so that's your answer, negative 3, 1, negative 2.